Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, back to part 20 of Project SR250. So we're back in the shed after a little bit of a break and some fun and frolics at the Bulldog Bash and other events, but back in the shed working on the little beastie. But before I crack on with today's exciting episode, I just want to do a big shout out and thank you to Mark, who has sorted me out with the first batch of Johnny Cactus skull stickers. They're he got these done real quick for me, top quality, sent them out to me. You're an absolute star, thank you ever so much. So they are now available. Hopefully I'll figure out how to do a payment thing. I'm guessing PayPal's probably the easiest way. Still feel a little bit guilty about asking for money, but hell, I'm still sleeping at night, no worries. But yeah, if you want them, they're now available. So as I say, check the description and I hopefully we've sorted something out. And in the next 4 days to a week, I'm hoping to have a batch of the spoke wheel sticker as well, if you'd like one of those. But they're not, that's just the tester one that I got back. So they're not quite available yet, but they will be soon. And I know a few of you said there was some of the other designs you'd quite like, so I'll work on getting some of those done as well. But need to get a bit of capital in before we can pay for more to be made up. But anyway, enough of that, and now on to the wee beastie. And as you might be able to see, my good friend Ross came through the other night, rode all the way over here before we went out with some high density foam strapped around his torso. So respect for that, because he could barely reach his bars. But there we go, that is what the seat's going to be made out of. So today he's going to be sorting that out. I'm probably going to go, I think, I haven't quite decided whether to go for 3 layers or 2 layers. There's you know, there's the whole Brat style planky look, but you also want to be able to sit on it for longer than 5 minutes as well. So I'm not sure if that's too thick at the moment, but we'll work it out as we go along. But yeah, I'll cut it all to shape, and yeah, hopefully we should have a bit closer to a finished seat for this. So stay tuned, let's rock and roll. Right, there we go. There's the seat pan. Here's the top of it. And there's our foam. I've got obviously it's slightly more raised, not as flat as it was there where I've put the bolts in. But I think the foam's going to pretty much take that up anyway. So I'm just going to get some spray mount. I'm going to, for this first piece, I'm going to just stick it on square and then rough cut around it once it's on. I think that's going to be the easiest way. So let's go and get the spray adhesive. That's been trying to keep all the bits down just while it goes off a little bit. I wasn't hugely worried if it didn't super stick, because obviously the main thing that's going to be holding it all together, much like a normal seat, is just when the cover's stretched over it and then stapled onto the other side. But I have to say, that has actually bonded like a poo to a blanket. So I think I'll trim the first bit. And those of you that had watched the seat modifications on the Bonneville will remember I had a rather fantastic Argos £9 turkey slicer, which Jen took in to work at Christmas and hasn't returned. So, old school. Okay, so albeit rather roughly cut, we can see the first layer on there. Obviously it's all going to get shaped. To give me a better idea, that I think probably our only 2 layers of foam I think is really going to be all that I want to put on here. Otherwise it's just going to be getting a bit too thick, I think. Okay, so there we go with two very rough cutouts and two layers of the foam. I'm just going to put that on the bike and have a look now, see how that sits. Park my arse on it as well. So now, see if I can get up on here, see how the comfort factor's doing. Yeah, it's not too bad. Right, so that's it on the bike. I've just cable tied this down just to sandwich it all together while the glue goes off, and then once that has gone off, I can start carving into the side of this, just getting these nice and tidy in a slight radius along the top. But I do think 2 layers is all that's required. I think 3 is going to be getting a bit too thick. So there we go. One step closer. I'm just going to let this go off now and start thinking about the cover. There's 2 sort of ideas I've got knocking around for that. So yeah, wait and see. Right, most of that stuck down now. It's time to bring out the old rasp of doom and start getting this shaped. So there we go, here's the shape of the old seat pan. Not an awful lot of shaping to do to it, but just round it all off and give it a bit of a curve. But yep, I'm pretty happy with that. I think all I'm going to do is, which is the angle here, you can see obviously where the bolts are resined in and loads of resin, where it's just undulates a little bit. I'm just going to take out just there and there, just the smallest amount of foam, just so it's flat. Alright, I'm quite happy with it. Check it's all even. Right, let's pop it on the bike for a bit of a view. So there we go, that's the basics of the seat pan done. So all I've got to do now is cover it. So as I said, there's a couple of possibilities. As you know, I'd gone to the black grips because I just think they're way nicer. In fact, I like them so much I've ordered a second set to stick on the Bonneville. And we got some free sort of leatherette stuff that we could use to cover it. It's semi shower resistant, it's not super waterproof, but then again, I don't think this is going to be the sort of bike that's going to be going out in the pouring rain anyway. But I might try, as I was digging out bits for the Bulldog Bash, I found the old Bonneville SE seat cover that I took off when I reshaped the seat. So I wonder if that will stretch and shape over it. Don't know, not really sure. I think this might be too much of a point, but I'll give it a go. But better do a time check now, it's getting on for dinner time, so I might rack it up. Yeah, because I don't think Jen's going to be too happy if I ask her to get the sewing machine out now just to complete the video. But well, there we go, at least I'm back in and done a little bit of a bit more progress on it, and yeah, I think that's turned out exactly how I wanted it, which is always nice. So there we go, fantastic. Thanks for watching, and catch you next time.